If Iron Man had to fight Iran's military during his escape from Afghanistan, would he break through or would Iran capture him?
Stop! How is that even a question? It's Iron Man!
Yes, Puff, he's Iron Man, but not the red and gold version we know. This is the sexy silver built in a cave, limited edition, 1 of 1. Equipped with a smaller arc reactor to power the suit, some bottom tier jet boots, sure, capable of flight, but with zero throttle precision, basically on and off. In terms of weapon, Iron Man had 2 4-arm flamethrowers powered by the same fuel he needs to fly, a single rocket inside his left shoulder, aka Project Hail Mary, and lastly, some hands, hydraulically enhanced, perfect for a rich billionaire who's never been in a fistfight. Mark 1 Iron Man is flying into Iran, not 2008 Iran, but peak 2026 version, pre-conflict with no debuffs, 610,000 active infantry, 1,500 tanks, 250 combat-capable aircrafts, and 3,800 drones. It's a peaceful night and nocturnal lizards are roaming.
Skip!
Tony has just crossed the Iranian border, flying at 90 miles per hour, 500 feet above the ground. He's looking for any road, any town, anyone who can help him get word to Stark Industry. Unbeknownst to him, Iran's border surveillance has just picked up infrared spikes from his rocket boots. They see 3 to 4 IR blips moving west across the Dash Desert, and they immediately make the phone call. 20 minutes later, 2 F-14s bear down on Tony. Despite moving 30 miles since being spotted, the F-14's AWG-9 radar is one of the most capable intercept radar ever built. The pilots already spotted Tony 30 miles ago. One F-14 drops to Tony and does a series of slow passes. Since the F-14's minimum controllable speed is 130 miles per hour, the pilot literally cannot fly slow enough to stick to Tony without risking a stall. The base receives a series of confused and alarming radio calls. It's not a drone. It's a man, a flying man. The call goes up the chain of command and every single level responds the same way.
Repeat that. It's a what?
The second pilot gets ordered to do a series of slow passes as well. He confirms the same visuals. In Tehran, 3 generals sat frozen in front of a phone. No one wants to be the one who orders them to shoot down something they don't understand. 5 minutes after the first radio call, the pilots get their brief.
Do not engage. Do not damage it. Force it down or follow it. Capture intact. Okay, but Tony Stark wouldn't just keep flying with jets on his back, would he?
He wouldn't. The moment his eyes picked up the F-14s, his brain would kick in immediately. He would know that Iran is the only country that still uses Tomcats. He would figure out that since they're doing sweeps and haven't fired yet, they would want him alive. He would realize that he does not have the fuel to sustain aerial combat, nor would he want to with something that's 15 times faster, and Tony would decide to go somewhere the jets couldn't follow. Tony would burn most of his remaining fuel in one controlled burst, not up, but forward and down into the Khorasan ravines. From there, the terrain would work in his favor, canyon floors barely 60 feet wide and 800 feet walls on either side. The F-14's lateral clearance would ensure it couldn't operate in such broken terrain. The Tomcats do a final slow pass and report Tony's last known coordinates back to base. Ground troops scramble to cover the ravine exits, but they are 45 minutes away. Tony correctly gambled that there would be a gap between the jet leaving and ground forces arriving. It gives him a window to reposition, set up a choke point and force an engagement before Iran surrounds him. The 45 minutes passes quickly. The IRGC ground forces flood all ravine exits, creating a massive human net. Every single route is blocked. The more time that ticks by, the more numbers will join them. But the capture intact order has the ground commanders stumped. No artillery, no RPGs, no mortars, no tanks, and no air support outside of drones. He's only left with infantry and the heaviest permitted weapon, a 50 caliber anti-material rifle.
And Tony just sits there, waiting the entire time?
Not like he has much choice, Puff. He's in a nice chokehold now, but the moment he steps out, thousands will swarm him, hydraulic arms or not. His only hope is to hold the choke. And hold the choke he does. 610,000 infantry does not matter when only a few can engage at once. The first soldier gets roasted alive, but now the rest begin swarming Tony like ants. The flamethrower creates a wall that keeps him at bay, but the fuel will not last forever. Tony occasionally gets pinged by 50 caliber hits and his hydraulic slowly gets damaged. First hit, left arm gets slightly stiffer. Second hit, right knee responses slower. His suit is rapidly losing mobility. Tony is tired and exhausted. He's hungry, he's thirsty, sleep deprived and running on pure adrenaline against a never-ending force. The Mark 1 suit is like an oven in the Middle Eastern heat, in the wall of flames. He will not last like this. So what does he do? Tony waits for the right moment and activates the Hail Mary. When the push is heaviest, when the drones above is focusing on the engagement, when Iran thinks they're about to overrun him, the shoulder rocket launches straight into the limestone walls above and collapses the choke point. The infantry advance goes stone cold. Debris and dust clouds all vision, but the heat signature of the suit remains and the drones stay locked on. When the dust settles and troops pick through the rubble, they find Iron Man propped up against the ravine wall, charred, hydraulic fluid everywhere, and lifeless. No pilot, no arc reactor, just iron without the man. Tony gets a head start, but he's on foot in an Iranian mountain range at night. He uses the canyon walls as a radar shadow, but the glow from his arc reactor will not keep him hidden forever. Iran never needed to beat Iron Man in a fight. They just needed to outlast Tony Stark. It was never really about the suit. Keep him grounded, keep him burning fuel, keep him under pressure, and every single minute of fighting would just bring Iran that much closer to winning. And Tony knew it. Every single decision he made was a race against his own limitation. Iran, like Thanos, was inevitable. In the end, the suit won, barely, but the man lost. Well, that wasn't really fair. It wasn't meant to be. Like you said, he's Iron Man. Any suit Mark III and above would have easily won, and that just wouldn't have been interesting. Sorry your favorite lost, buddy. Next time, I'll pick the matchup. Sure, Puff, sure.